Welcome to Serenity Wealth Now with Chris Cooper. This is not your typical financial radio show. As a licensed CPA, insurance agent, and investment advisory representative, Chris coaches his clients on a holistic view of financial well-being with an objective of providing a complete financial strategy to fund life's goals. Chris is here to guide you down the path to the financial serenity you deserve. Now, here's Chris Cooper.
Folks, it's cold outside. It is December. We've got some snow, 2 snowstorms already under our belts, and who knows if we get more or not, but it's going to stick around for a while with the temperatures here. So it'll go away, and then we're officially in December. So we're going to heat it up in here. We're going to get out of this snow stuff. We're going to talk about some more fun things. We're going to talk about travel and creating memories. It's the holiday season, and I'm a big fan of creating memories and moments, and instead of just doing gifts and things. So I think it's more important. You can create those memories and they last a lifetime. So joining us, repeat guest, Katie Modglin, Magic Expeditions. How are you, Katie?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. So she is our personal travel agent, folks, and she's planned some cool trips for us. We got one coming up here, getting out for the holidays, which is always fun.
Jealous.
Yeah.
Jealous.
Well, you do some pretty cool things yourself.
I don't go with the family.
Yeah. Well, even better.
Don't tell them.
Yeah, that's okay. They listen, maybe.
Yeah.
Some do. You got to bring Jim at least, because I know he listens.
Yes. Well, yeah, he made that comment the other day, because he travels a lot for what he does, and I travel a lot for what I do. And he's like, I would love to do a trip, just the two of us someday. I'm like, yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So it'll happen. We'll get there.
So talk to me about holiday travel. So let's talk first of all about holiday travel tips. I think that's on people's minds, right? Travel season, it's here, right? We just got finished up with Thanksgiving. A lot of that's more road stuff, I think, right?
It can be. Yeah. I mean, listen, my best friend and her husband and their family, they do a cruise every other year for Thanksgiving.
I like it.
And, I'm not going to lie. The other day at our house for Thanksgiving, after it was all done, I looked at my husband and I said, I kind of like what they do.
Yeah.
Maybe we...
So I think I'm the weird one
idea.
here, but I'm not a huge fan of Thanksgiving food. It's just, it's
heavy.
It's that heavy.
It's heavy.
I'm fine with just pizza,
Yes.
That's just me.
I'm not a turkey person.
Yeah.
I like ham.
That's you. I like that honey ham and stuff too. So I agree. But I always liked, this year we got to watch the Chiefs. Well, we got to watch somebody that's in Chiefs uniforms. I don't know who they are this year.
Yes.
But it was great. Yeah. Obviously being able to hang out with the family and stuff. But, from a food wise perspective, I would rather do something different. So I like this idea.
I like the joke of you do all this prep and all this work for this food for your kids and they eat the roll.
Yeah.
It's true. Let's be honest.
Well, I like the roll too. I'm the guy that puts my hand right in the middle and gets that one right in the middle. Yeah. I know Chris has been here. No, I haven't been through. I just grabbed it right before the line started.
I love it.
I want my roll.
I like that. I'm taking notes. Okay.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah. They do the cruise. So they'll do a cruise. So this year they did the cruise for Thanksgiving. Next year they'll do the cruise over Christmas.
Okay.
And they invite family and they say, hey, if you want to come, you can come.
And does everyone do this?
Nope.
Even better.
Yes. So this year, they invited all the grandparents and none of them could go. So they're like, okay, well, we'll see you at Christmas.
And they do this every year.
Every year.
Oh, wow. So we are on this every other year Christmas kind of a thing. And it's kind of cool. You get to see the resorts and they do a really cool job. We're going Mexico and they do a really cool job kind of doing just different feeling, little festivities and things like that. It's just the resorts feel beautiful.
They do. They really do. And I'll take sand over snow any day.
Absolutely. It's
Let's be honest.
So much better. So it's great. We're looking forward to it and staying at a pretty cool place as well. So.
I'm so excited for you guys. I get excited for every trip I plan. I really, really honestly do. But there's certain ones I'm like, oh.
So talk a little about this resort for people that are planning and trips, because, this is a Christmas thing for us, but apparently this is the big time where people start thinking about travel
for
2026.
It really is. I was explaining to Chris off air that the busy time for travel agents is January through March. Mm-hmm. They call that our wave season. That's when everybody starts thinking about spring break and
think about waves, getting out on the ocean.
Hey, I like that too. But thinking about spring break, especially those summer breaks, you're looking at your calendars, things like that, we all know with sports, you have kids, I have kids. Those sports calendars are something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
but you're kind of starting to get those calendars now for that time.
So your 4-week window where you can maybe do
Yes.
something.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, maybe 3 weeks, whatever,
yeah,
right?
exactly. I just say plan it now and just tell the coach in advance. Like, listen, this is already done. It's already happening.
Well, what about this 1% of the population? They're going to be superstar, whatever they are in professional sports.
Oh, exactly.
Good grief.
1%.
Yeah.
Come on. Anyway, that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. I've had parents get mad at me before. I'm like, your kid's not going to be the next Olympian.
No, statistically speaking, they're not. And it's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. But anyway.
I'm just more realist, but that's okay. But no, we digress, right?
Yes,
we digress.
That's right.
So, no, where you guys are going is not, you're good with me talking.
Oh, yeah. Hotel Xcaret. It's a pretty cool place, right?
Amazing. So Xcaret Properties, they have 3 hotels. They have their family-friendly one where you guys are going, Hotel Xcaret.
Because we got the kids.
Because you got the kids.
Yeah.
They have.
They're fun kids. We'll have a good time.
Kids.
I mean, they're
Yes.
20 and 17. We're at a good fun age.
I personally think this is going to be amazing for them.
Yeah.
I really do. They have Xcaret Arte, which is their kind of not total boutique-y, but it is artsy. So each building, at the top of the building, like on the roof, they'll do a class. Like this building has the pottery class.
Okay.
This building has the painting class or what, so it is more in that artsy realm.
Sure.
And it's adults only. Now, when they say adults only at Xcaret, that is 16 and over.
Okay.
So with adults, of course, but still. So still in the grand scheme of things, it's still pretty much adults only.
Yeah.
And then they have this boutique property that only has like 63 rooms, something. I'm trying to remember because I learned a lot about it at a conference I went to recently. I'm obsessed. It's called Casa de la Playa.
Okay.
It's supposed to feel listen, Chris, I'm going to be honest with you. When I really dove into this property, I'm like, this is Chris and Stacy.
Nice.
They would love this.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be like you're in your own home.
I like that.
So it has a bar, a fully stocked bar with all the good stuff. There's no bartender. You're the bartender.
Okay.
You can go make your own drinks 24/7 because you're at home.
Right.
They have the coffee shop. They have the chocolate shop. You can go get chocolate at midnight if you want to. Because why not? It's your house.
Well, we'll be in bed, but we're not that excited.
Right. So it's this whole concept. So you'll see sometimes advertisement pictures, and it's the long horizontal pool that stretches out over the ocean. That's all clear and up above. That's where that is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I mean, that property is just.
And that's what's unique about this place is all the different, so they call them eco parks, right? And
Correct.
so a lot of the resorts all around the Cancun area actually come to these eco parks. And when you're staying at the Hotel Xcaret, which I'll mess up until I go there, all of those excursions are part of that whole package too. And you can go to all of those. So
all of 9
we always
parks
say no to excursions just because we already feel like we just stay at the resort and we have fun. But this year we're going to try to do some fun things with our kiddos. So
what you going to do?
Oh, so I'm going to do this zip lining thing.
He's so nervous.
I'm nervous. I'm afraid of heights. As I've gotten older, it's gotten worse. So I have a feeling I'm gonna really try, and I think if I just get down one, I think I'll be okay, right?
I think so.
It's just you got to do that first one, and maybe they'll start small. You know,
need to Facebook it live. Can you do that for all of us?
I'm not gonna scream. I'm not gonna do it. So, but yeah, we'll get some videos. It should be fun. They're gonna make fun of me if I don't do it. So I'm gonna have to do it. I'm excited. The one I'm really looking forward to is the cenote tour. So,
yes.
I think that's just super cool. I'm kind of a cave guy, even though I've gotten claustrophobic as well. Just getting old stuff. You know,
it's fun. It's great.
Yeah. We get so much more wisdom, and then you can't do anything because you realize that you could get stuck down there.
You see the tapes start playing.
Yeah.
Fair.
So what a beautiful, cool experience to be surrounded by that jungle type of an atmosphere. And to your point about the rooms and things that we tend to like is we like the places that don't seem like you're in that city atmosphere. We like to feel like we're in that jungle vibe. And so this place, you feel like you're in those parks and you're part of those parks. And so, and I think the shows are also all much bigger at this place too, because it's a combination of all those resorts, and people actually come in from different places.
Right.
So we're excited.
Yeah. I cannot wait to see your pictures and
Yeah.
all that. I've sent a few clients there and at the different properties, and I'm obsessed. I can't wait to go to myself. The only downfall with this resort, and this is a lot of resorts in Cancun. So if you have a family of 5 or more, be prepared that you'll need to do like a 2-bedroom suite or, 2 rooms, something along that line.
Sure.
So just that's just a common kind of Mexico, honestly, outside of the US, that's pretty common. So if you have a larger family or you're doing a multi-gen kind of trip, just something to keep in mind too.
Like what you mean instead of trying to cram into one room?
Right. Yeah. Like they won't do 5 in a room.
Well, I don't want 5 in my room. So I'm good. I want 2 rooms.
Stopped at 2 kids. Some of us kept going.
So if you have 5, they couldn't have the 3 kiddos in there. Right. I was just thinking about myself on my trip.
You're like, what are you talking about, Katie?
I'm in my own room anyway.
That's the problem. Yeah.
So fine. So I get my own room. Stacy's with 1 kid, and then if I had 2 kids, there we go. I'd have my own room.
See?
Even better.
See, you're always thinking.
All right. Well, no, but we're done with kiddos. We've got our 2.
Right. Yeah.
So that would be very large gap for us, and we'd be done. So I'm good.
No.
Yeah. At some point in time, you reach that limit where you're like, all right,
we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. You have all boys. We have all girls. People are like, oh, you can try for the boy? No. We got this. We're good.
Yeah. Well, and girl people, it's funny. Like boy parents are boy parents, and you can always tell and then the girl parents, it's always different. So just
a lot of sparkles in our house.
It's just funny, right? So I love that we're going here. I'm really excited. You've been talking about this place for years, and so we're excited because it's the kiddos. Great time to travel with the kiddos too, because no school, no sports necessarily working around. So we're looking forward to that. I think that in the future, when our youngest gets out of high school, it'll actually be a little bit better because you can do more late January.
Yes, you'll have those longer college breaks.
Yeah, which is nice. And I think it actually helps on the pricing a little bit.
It does. You're right. I mean, a lot of people say, when's the best time to go, for pricing? And I'm like, think about when kids are in school.
Right.
Done. Well, we don't want to pull our kids. Well, then you're going to have to pay more.
Sure.
You got to take that into consideration. Yeah. So, your January, February, before spring breaks kick in, kind of late March, April after Easter.
Yep.
Through mid-May before kids are out of school. Summer's always going to be higher.
Right.
It just is. September, October are great times. And then November, December, it kicks back up again for that holiday travel.
Well, and the other thing is with the winter, I like getting the heck out when it's cold.
Yes.
And I love the holiday season to some degree. It's a little stressful at times. Mm-hmm. But I also hold that baggage of like, oh, it's the year-end stuff. I got to finish up the financial book stuff. I got to, work on what's going on the year-end side of things, and then tax reporting. All that stuff gets in my head. So being able to get away for a little while, I think helps. So.
Absolutely. You need a reset. And I always like to say, as a family, you need a family trip every year, and you need a trip just you and your spouse.
Yeah.
Just that reconnection time. If it's financially doable,
right.
Those are great. And then even a girls trip with your friends, just for the weekend or something, just to kind of recharge, get away.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes a difference in your everyday life as well. You become more productive, and you create those memories, right? And that's kind of what I said in the show opening. I think it's very important. We think about, this is kind of that gifting type season, right? Instead of, putting a bunch of gifts and things and figuring out what everybody wants. Well, what everyone wants is to be able to hang out, have some fun, and spend some quality time with people that they like and care about. And, what better way to do that in a destination?
Right. I would love to get to that point with my family. Like, come on, let's all just go do this cruise for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, you control that a little bit, right?
I try. I try.
They got a lot of schedule problems too. Everyone's always so busy.
I know. I have 2 kids that are in competitive sports that go during this season.
Yeah.
So for us to go over Christmas is very difficult. Yeah. We're kind of done in February. So spring break is good for us. But
sure.
That's what we just talked about. That's when your prices start to go up.
Right. So on that travel type of time frame, right? We've just heard that. Let's talk a little bit about Southwest.
Okay.
Southwest just released a new thing. They're no longer doing the whole cattle call type of seating.
It's gone.
Right.
Or will be.
Yeah, it's January. Is that right?
January 27th.
So any flights that you book now for that January 27th, you will have a different type of setup.
Yeah, it'll seat assignment. Yeah. So they'll have different, it'll be, let's see if I can remember, basic, choice plus, and choice privilege, I want to say.
So like every other
like
airline.
Exactly.
That's essentially right.
Basically.
Yeah.
And they're going to have different grouping numbers, so groups 1 through 8, you know, and so your who pay more and have the higher status and stuff like that will be your groups 1 and 2. And so it kind of just trickles down from there. So if you buy the basic flight where you don't get to pick your seat, you're just assigned one, so on and so forth. That's, you know, kind of that last basic and group 7, 8, you know, situation.
But they're still trying to do some preferred things for their frequent flyers, right? Whereas I think that's one of the things that Southwest did really well is they kind of gave some perks to those frequent flyers. And I guess every airline really does.
They do.
You
they
know,
do.
Yeah, they really all do. Because you get your little pricing little thing, you get your seat assignment maybe selected and, you know, more favorable. I'm a big fan of this thing. I get nervous traveling, and it's not just travel, it's nervous with the unknown environments. And I don't mean like afraid of like, you know, getting mugged or like what's going on with the weather and stuff like that necessarily. I get nervous not knowing little things like where I'm gonna sit, or you know, how long is the line at TSA, you know, like those kinds of things. It really freaks me out. So being able to visualize where I'm going to be able to sit on a plane,
knowing
helps ease my tensions and gives me the ability to kind of relax a little bit with it.
Makes sense.
So that's my thought. But I always paid, once I figured that out, it was better for me mentally to just pay for the little self check-in mode thing that happens like 36 hours in advance or whatever. I was way happier. Yeah, that's whatever it was. I was a much happier traveler. Yeah. Right? Because I still got my aisle in the front of the plane. I want to get off the dang plane. That's my whole thing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I just want off.
Yes.
And I know this about myself.
For me, starting to know which airports have where they open up the front and the back.
Oh, that's nice too.
You know, like, the back doors too, so I might as well sit towards the back.
Oh, I like that. When is St. Louis going to do that?
Yeah, that's not happening here. You think warmer locations.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I guess we just don't have that volume necessarily.
Yeah. Well, it's because you're going outside.
Okay.
You're going down the steps and onto, you know.
Yeah, I do that all day. Yeah, every time. That would be great.
Yeah.
So
a little bumpier back there, but still.
And then the other thing that I think is coming up, remember we were always hearing about these real IDs and that eventually they were going to be required?
They're here, guys.
Yeah, it's required now, right?
It's required now. I actually, had a family. They were all booked for Miami back in October. And there was 2 of them that didn't have it. And luckily, they had to go through this extra screening process and they were allowed. And it was a whole thing. But I didn't know if they were going to be able to get on the flight. Yeah. I really didn't. I'm like, here's all the advice I can give you. But beyond that,
right.
You know,
it's tough.
It's been out there, like, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I still don't understand why there was an option. And I'm sure I don't know all the facts here, folks. It just on the surface as just somebody outside looking in going, it just doesn't make sense why you'd even have 2 options for an ID.
Why not just give everybody a real ID?
I mean, and it was like a little bit of an extra charge. Like I'm talking like $5 or 10. Who cares?
It's not much.
It's not much to get the real ID. And it seems like they could have just lowered the price on that one, made it even less of a gap and made it up with it in inefficiencies.
Right.
But we're talking about governmental entities here. So they don't always think about the efficiencies side of things.
That's fair. That's fair.
God love my politicians, but they know the problems, you know, and it's the same way when, you know, we as a society, anytime you get, you know, 2 people in a room, you can make a decision. You make it 15 people in a room. It's a lot harder to make that same decision.
It's a meeting.
It is. And then there's, you know, all the different things, you know, so then that's what it's based on. And I'm kind of okay with that in general because it means government doesn't do everything.
That's a good point.
You know, the harder it is for them to do stuff, maybe the less they do.
True.
And as somebody who supports less government, I'm okay with that. You know?
But yes, real IDs are here. Now, if you have your passport and you don't have your real ID yet, then passport trumps real ID.
Right.
So you can still, I do not have my real ID yet because mine was up for renewal a couple of years ago. You know, they were still him-hawing around on this whole, do you need it? Do you don't? You know, it's like, they've been telling us for 5 years.
Sure. So you can just use your passport.
Oh, no, it's next year. No, it's next year. well, it's finally here.
Yeah.
And so I just used my passport. I think I am going to go ahead and get one now, just in case I forget my passport at home or I don't want to travel with my, because I do, like I go out to California and Florida a lot. So if I don't want to bring something, as important as my passport, then at least I've already got it.
Yeah.
But, you need one or the other. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
If you don't have one or the other, can you still get through starting February 1st? Yes, you can, but it'll be an extra $45 charge.
Which is more than the Real ID.
Which is more than the Real ID. They won't be very pleased with you. And you're going to need to add on an additional 30 minutes to your travel time to get through that whole process.
Wow. So they're really encouraging that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
like I said, I don't understand why you wouldn't just have it, but maybe there's a reason. Feel free to comment, guys. Let me know what the reason is, because I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
Enlighten Chris.
Yeah, I would love to be. I'm just the fly on the wall in any government meeting. I'm like, guys, why? And I just want to hear what happens. But
I'm a why.
Yeah,
I'm
it just doesn't make sense to me.
Question person as well.
Yeah, but hey, that's okay. Some people call it annoying.
It's not I'm questioning you. I just want to understand. Just explain it to me. That's all I need to know.
Makes sense.
It's the old school. We're both the same age, so we're raised in the same generation of the parents because I said so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but why do you say? Yeah. I was that kid.
Yeah, I get it. I got my parents to tell you the same. So I am the same way. Still to this day.
Right. Fair.
All right. So what are the hot destinations? You do a lot of Disney stuff. I know that. So I assume is that kind of still a big thing?
Today, I'm wearing, I thought, I can wear my Mickey shirt.
Yeah. You're always you're a big fan of Mickey Mouse and all that stuff. Yeah. Disney properties. And they do a great job. Don't get me wrong.
It was just Walt's birthday.
They do a wonderful job at all the Disney properties. Obviously, there's a new Universal. We talked about that last time. That just opened.
We did. I have clients there right now, actually, and some more going the end of the month.
Enjoying it, I assume. Yes. Really cool new parks.
Epic is pretty. I mean, like I said before, the Generation X here.
Yeah.
The Super Mario Land, I think is what they're calling it, or
that would be cool.
Portal. They're calling them portals.
Oh, that makes sense.
I thought I was going to be more excited for a different one, but stepping into the Super Mario one, that was pretty impressive.
I can see that.
It was really
love that.
impressive.
That would be neat.
They did a great job there. Do not kill the messenger. I have never read or watched. I'll explain. I have never read or watched a Harry Potter movie book. I have tried watching the first Harry Potter movie twice and fallen asleep both times.
Yeah, the movie's rough. I'll tell you. The first one especially.
Okay, that's good to know.
The books are phenomenal.
I have one of my daughter's sets.
They're really good.
They couldn't share. They all had to have their own sets. So
that makes sense.
I have one of their sets. I do plan on reading it, but all three parks, the Harry Potter areas, whether it be Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley or the new one that I can't pronounce, are amazing. Yeah. So if you are a Harry Potter person, it's so well done. And that's Universal does a great job of that with their theming. So, so there's a lot of tickets out now where it'll be like a 3-day, 2 parks, which is their original Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. And then you get 1 day at Epic. Okay. So most of their tickets are only allowing you to go into Epic for 1 day.
So is this a good time during the holidays to buy those kind of package tickets kind of thing? Or is it still... it's really not a pricing advantage.
I mean,
they don't do like a Black Friday deal.
They don't do a Black Friday deal, but you
November
will
30th
see
or whatever
pricing differences, during their peak season.
So it's based on the time frame you're going to go, not when you buy.
Right. That's it. Yeah. You don't really see a lot of Disney Universal sales.
They don't have to.
That's a good point. I mean,
they're always packed.
Yeah.
So
you'll get them on occasion, but you don't.
I went to Disney right around the COVID time frame, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. The first time we took our kids was 21, and it was still pretty light. And
fantastic.
We were those parents that pulled them. We went in September, but it helps.
Yeah.
It does. Just trying to go during those times. I had a family go a couple years ago. Again, Thanksgiving. She didn't want to cook. Yeah. She didn't do the things. They knew they wanted to take their kids. Let's go during Thanksgiving.
Pretty busy during Thanksgiving?
I did warn her about that because I know she doesn't like crowds. I was like, okay.
And it is, isn't it?
I love you.
Yeah.
It's going to be packed. And she came back and she said everything was amazing. It was crowded, but you told me.
There you go.
Set your expectations,
That's
right?
right. That's right. So
yeah.
where's some other hot destinations? Obviously, you love Disney always. Cancun, especially from St. Louis, it's so
Cancun.
easy, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah. And it's just great. There's a lot of nice places. And when I say Cancun, I really mean flying into Cancun and then heading into Riviera Maya.
Going down
I'm
a little
the
south.
more jungle type of vibe. So
yeah.
What else?
But I tell you what, though, I will say this. I did stay in what they call hotel zone. So if you look at the map and it's like that long, skinny stretch of land, that's okay. So that's where the hotel zone is. A lot of properties along there, which my husband and I did stay at a few years back. But I stayed there again twice in the past couple months. I did some resort tours and then I went back a couple weeks later for a big conference. I love it. I love Hotel Zone. I was never somebody like you were saying, you got to the property, you stayed on the property, all that.
Sure.
You can easily, Hotel Zone is a big tourist area. So there is a mall that you can walk across the street to and go to. And it's safe. And it's, I mean, listen, I got to be careful when I say if something's safe. Is anywhere safe nowadays? You could go to Walmart. Always just use your best judgment, whenever you travel. But it's a great area, and you still could go down, take an hour drive, go down south, go see the ruins or whatever.
Yeah, and usually get those guided tours to do that anyway.
Exactly. So it's beautiful. The beaches are beautiful there. Yeah. A lot of people, I want a beach without sargassum. That's the seaweed stuff. Mm-hmm. That's Mother Nature.
Right.
There's nothing you can
but
do
on
about
that hotel zone, they do take care of those things. I mean, there's a reason that there's all the hotels there too. It's, that's the reason is because that's of the prime location and all the different sounds. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I just like to get away. It's the same thing when I go to Destin's beautiful. Destin's a great area, but it's got all the high rises and stuff. And I like to be farther. I like to be south on 30A, somewhere in between Panama City and Destin.
That's the perfect
beautiful area.
Yeah, Santa Rosa.
Yeah, that's me.
Yep.
So I love it. Great beach. It's just fantastic over there. So
I 100% agree. And that's something like I have people doing a rental property in Gatlinburg over Christmas.
I've heard wonderful things about Gatlinburg as well.
Rental properties are possible too. There's nothing we can't do. And there's still sometimes the stigma of, as travel advisors, it costs more. And actually, no, sometimes we can save you more, so there's no extra charge for most of us. Not all of us. Some people do charge for certain things, but I don't. But river cruising is really big. Okay. I have so many people river cruising lately.
This is like European, right?
European. I have quite a few doing the Nile.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But river cruising is really big. Great way to see Europe. Yeah. So you're only unpacking once.
Yeah. I've had a few people do the Panama Canal thing, which it's not really a river, but kind of whatever.
Yeah. I still think that would be cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Destinations. I mean, you're always going to get, like you said, the Cancun, the Dominican Republic, Jamaica. Yeah. Those are where all of and Jamaica needs us. They're open back, for the most part, they're open back up. Not everywhere on the island was hit. But kind of like when Maui went through the fires.
Sure.
Was that 2 years ago now? I think it was 2 years ago now in Lahaina. People would be like, oh, we shouldn't go because no, they need you.
They want you to go. Yeah.
These places, they survive on our
tourism. It's a big deal. Yeah. Yeah. It's the number one, right? So, and when it is the number one part of your industry, you've got to make sure that you have that and you got to get ready to go and stay away. It makes sense in some degree, but no, they'd much rather see you.
They want us there. Yeah. It's still, a lot of these places are third world countries. Yeah. They survive on our tourism. Yeah. So, so places like that are big. Europe is big. It really is. Whether it be guided tours or the river cruising or even the ocean, going along the coasts.
Sure.
And that kind of.
I like to be able to see a lot of different locations, I would think. So I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
I do have a client going to Dubai. Actually, they're flying home today.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's far from me. It's a lot of flight.
They're doing it to do the flight.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot for me. It's that travel thing, right? And I'm like, man, but Mexico's like 2.5 hour flight. Like it's right there. It's direct.
And you can probably speak on this. My biggest tip is always travel protection.
Yeah.
Get the travel protection.
Yeah, well, I think it's risk mitigation, right? I mean, ultimately, that's why we look at insurance. It's, car insurance is a legal requirement, I guess. So, home insurance, a lot of your mortgage companies will make it mandatory. But even if it wasn't mandatory, it's risk mitigation, right? That's what insurance is for. You spread that risk over multiple individuals. Sure, you pay more, but you don't have that risk.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worth it. I get it every time.
Yeah.
You never know,
Especially
you just don't.
traveling in the winter.
Right. Traveling in the winter, you got 2 kiddos. What if one of them, breaks a leg or something like that, and it changes what you need to do?
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a real big deal.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Well, we're going to come back. We're going to talk about more travel tips. Every quarter or so is what we do here, because why would you not want to talk about creating memories with what we do? So thanks for coming in, Katie.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So folks, it's no surprise, but the number one thing I hear from folks that are looking at retirement is wanting to make sure that they can travel, wanting to make sure they create experiences, have fun, enjoy it, take those cruises, go to see Europe, those big longer time frames of vacations that you haven't been able to do when you've been working. It all shifts when you retire, and we want to make sure we can do those things. We want to make sure we budget for those things. It's a big expense, but really it's creating that experience. It's creating that fun. You work hard. You work hard during your lifetime to save properly for experiences. And I love doing that during the holiday time frame too. Instead of giving a bunch of gifts to our children, we actually create those experiences. We love creating opportunities to spend some time together, creating memorable experiences that will last a lifetime. And that's why I love to do that during the holiday time frame. It's a great time to think about, talk about it. And, like Katie was saying, there's that wave of coming travel plans, right? People start to think about it January, February, March. Well, maybe get a little bit early. Have those planning conversations, understand where you want to go, what that budget looks like. Make sure you can afford it, right? Make sure it fits within your frame of expenses, because expense management is really what is important. We want to make sure we can fund that lifestyle, not just today. We want to fund future vacations and future fun as well. So we have to be smart about it. We have to make sure it's a line item in our budget, but we want to create those experiences we can truly enjoy. They matter. They matter to people. You can create so many great memories. I know we look forward to trips all the time, and we make sure we plan for it as well. So do the same, and hope you enjoyed the episode. Check out KDM. Contact information is included in our website. And until then, stay warm. I know it's cold outside. It's December. We got a little bit more of this to go, folks. Stay warm, enjoy yourself, and travel safely.
Serenity Now! This is Serenity Wealth Now with Chris Cooper. Request a free copy of Chris's latest book, The New Holistic Retirement, by visiting SerenityWealthNow.com.
Investment advice offered through Fortis Capital Advisors, LLC.